Himiko, if you had met the Herald of Death with that delicate frame of yours. But who would have guessed? You became the navigator of the Astral Express, roaming freely beyond the sky. Congratulations are in order. Himiko, do you know 15 years of... Regrettably, there are some scars and emptiness that look around. Even here, even with these phantoms, their seats are still empty. Belle, Leon, Ziania. 15 years have passed, and I've learned that time isn't a cure. It's a shroud. So I made a decision. I'm going to tear it open.
See the light of day? You were a victim of the Herald of Death, only to become this. How are you any different from that monster back? I'm sorry.
Stop. I'm sorry. I would advise everyone to think twice before making rash accusations. As a media professional, let me give you a piece of advice. From now, at the very least, try not to look so flustered during this. We live in a world where we are constantly gazed upon. This camera crew was originally prepared for my upcoming speech, but meeting you all. To the audience watching from your screen, you know my name, and I know that 15 years ago, with the tacit approval of the IPC and the Arcadia Council, the Master of Elation's divine ritual degenerated into a barbaric, bloody game. You and I, the residents of this Arcadia, surrendered a lifetime of dignity, wealth, and time to them, all in exchange for a single full meal. We are surrounded by bizarre entertainment and stimulating gore. We soak all day in shallow, boring programs, achieving nothing. And now, we must live in fear of the unscrupulous Is this the happy? No! Absolutely not! The Master of Elation would never be deceived by miracles, but with pain and blood. Everyone, on that evening 15 years ago, what saved me right here as the Herald of Death approached, step by they allowed me to escape with my life. And when I was trapped in a small room, they revealed my mission to me, to bring happiness. I, Fullwish, survivor of the Bloodstained Games, hereby formally announce that in this game, I shall win the Eon of Elation. And then, I will make Himiko, don't. I will bring happiness to you. I won't manipulate the Phantasmoon Games like those high and mighty. We are in plain Arcadia. I'll give you a stage if that's... I invite you all to a televised debate at Fullwish TV.
A plain Arcadian way?
You can refuse, of course, but then, under the gaze of billions of viewers, you remember, this isn't just an invitation. It is your own... The stage is set. Come and perform this final act.
Darn it! Are we just going to let
We are right in the middle of the cameras she prepared. Let's leave here and return.
everyone, and welcome back to the Arcadian Morning Report. Just moments ago, we received some shocking news. The head of our station, Lady Foolish, has officially...
At the same time, Lady Foolish has announced a blockbuster special! The end of a century TV debate! She's inviting supplicants to the...
What a magnificent topic! At a time when supplicants from beyond the sky are brazenly suppressed...
Too true! Ever since these Phantom Moon games began, signs of things spiraling out of control have been popping up everywhere. First, the famous streamer Sparksy tried to spread a mimetic...
With so many accidents happening, you really can't help but wonder.
You got that right! Speaking of the bloodstained games 15 years ago, now Miss Foolish has joined the
Will she be able to shoulder the wishes of all plain arcade...
Ugh, so shameless. Reporting news about your own station director on your own TV station? And you still have the gall to pretend you've received some shocking news? Don't you guys talk to each other internally?
I see. Fullwit. I ran a search. Seafeld City is a port town neighboring Duo-Mention City. Fullwish TV's predecessor. Looking at it this way, the televised debate is obviously nothing more than a diversion. So, what do you...
You're really going to the TV?
I'll go. But not to debate. I'm going to... But before...
Help? We... Sunday!
Ever since Sunday was dragged into the Phantom Moon games by Yao Guang. However, I haven't heard of him making any public appearance.
But what's the...
Whether Sparksy counts as our ally is a massive question. Fullwish said that when loneliness trapped her in that... Her claim might just be a glory, but that phrasing reveals that she is... If every fool has stepped into the tavern before, then there must be...
How we track down the clues about Sparks...
Sparksy. Well, this is certainly a
You just said, as for the brewing storm, whether the turmoil once again is the You mean to say the Joy Seeker wants to destroy the very rules they laid down, the game they wove with their own hand?
Come over here.
This fox mask is a ritual instrument I once used in dance and music. It accompanied me across vast distances, and I've lost count of how long it has been since I last wore it since being enlightened and transplanted here. But here it is.
As the game's referee, you've been pushed onto the field. In this moment, you are now a
For over a century, I presided over I've also hosted survival games where emanators took the stage to compete, invoking... Whenever the Phantom Moon games are at risk of being suspended or disrupted, I will use the authority granted by the elation and the abundance to measure... I guess you could call me the security protocol for the Phantom Moon games. But now, someone has gone, and who else but the laughter could pull off something like this?
Perhaps some entity harboring a deep-seated hatred for the laughter.
Who could it be? Entities like that. I couldn't count them all even if I used my toes. I warned that jerk ages ago. Take a joke too far, and you're bound to make enemies. See? Instinct?
Never mind who he is or what he's after. We're here now. So what do you plan on doing? Fortune rests upon misfortune, and misfortune gives rise to fortune. Becoming a supplicant isn't necessarily a bad thing. Wouldn't that allow you to step openly into this chaos and...
You're looking to team up with me? Team up with someone from the abominations of abundance that you Xianzhou people despise?
That's hardly appropriate. You're an ancient sacred tree. It's the furthest thing from an abomination of abundance. No.
Oh, your standards are certainly flexible. The hunt and the abundance. We really make quite the interesting pair. So, where do you plan on starting?
How about we start by freeing my friend in the tree?
I nearly forgot about that. Chip away, little bird. I'll allow it.
General Yao Guang and Miss Fox, I've received some news that might interest you.
A happiness surgery that wipes away suffering. The power of abundance in this world is disgustingly excessive. It seems the most terrifying omen I foresaw may not originate from the Stellaron hunters, nor from planar Arcadiads.
If you can, I would ask that you direct your focus toward...
You want to take a trip to Seafeld City?
Oh, this is the part I've been looking forward to the most. I've always been curious. Where exactly?
Xianzhou lady, let me show you this world's most impressive method of travel. Here we are.
Already?
Because naturally, we're taking the express to get...
All that.
Well, what else? That's why I said you've definitely never seen this before.
You're the arbitrator of the Phantom Moon Games. For crying out loud.
You're a great general of the Xianzhou for crying out loud. Don't you have a cooler way to get around?
Fine, fine. For the first time in my life, I finally know what it feels like to be